Hi everybody, sorry, I'm eating a sweet. So I'm gonna go back to the mother-in-law story, finish it off, tell you how it ended. She was to leave, and my mother happened to call, crazy making again, and I was like, telling my husband, with the phone in my hand, I was like, I said when I hung up the phone, I was like, she's unbelievable, she's losing it totally. My mother-in-law was in front of that conversation. She was like, yeah, but you know her, and all that. And I said, I know her. Just couldn't hold myself there. I said, I know her, but you don't seem to know her, and I have explained to you what she does and everything. Again, you said a little too much, I said. Me? What did I say? What did I say? I didn't say anything. I said, yes, you did. I have explained to you 1,000 times. This woman is evil. Any negative talk, she will use it later on to hit us with. And this winter, she's been breaking my balls about how lazy, because she mixes also things. This is the words that she mixes things. So you tell her about your daughter, which you shouldn't. I said, not to this woman. Go and talk to your best friend about it, but don't talk to it about your daughter to my mother, because she's going to say mean things, but she's not going to tell you the mean things about your daughter. She's going to come and tell me. And this is negativity that I have to be bombarded with. I said, it's not at all coincidence that this winter she was talking bad about your son and your daughter, and how the fact that you're working to feed your children, which is not true. I said, you do that to your daughter, but for my mother, she put the whole family in the package, both brothers and sisters. The fact that your daughter was a junkie, this is also, you don't talk about it, because she brings it up constantly. And this year, she's been criticizing my husband for being a junkie. She puts it all in the same bag. When she wants to hurt you, she will hurt you. Not you, me and my husband, your son. And she was like, I didn't say that. And she's, trying to excuse herself about everything. No, I didn't say that. I said, look, I heard you, so don't tell me what you said and what you didn't say. And I was ready to give her an example. I said, to prove you how fake this woman is, but of course, who am I talking to? I'm talking to another fake woman, trying to explain to her. And I said, I will explain to you, and I wanted to tell her, to give her a comparison of, because on the recorder, my mother at one point said to my mother-in-law, why don't you tell your daughter to come here and spend some days, to make some holidays here? And I was like, what? She's been breaking my balls. I mean, for me, my sister-in-law is forbidden to come here. I don't want to see that bitch, that lazy junkie, here ever, and she really, really hates her. And I just remembered the comment she made the next day. I will have to put that little part of the recording because it's long, but there's a little part how she talks about my sister-in-law, which is horrible, and it shows. I always smile when I say things like that, but I smile because I feel like I got her. I got the proof of how bitchy, how mean she is, This is why I always smile. I don't smile about what's happening, because at the point I'm like on the phone. But when I know that I've recorded, I'm like, the witch. Anyway. And so my mother-in-law was denying everything. And I was trying to tell her the example of, you see, yesterday in your conversation, didn't my mother tell you, why don't you tell your daughter to come over for a few days and have some holiday here? And she was like, no, she was afraid that I was going to accuse her again. And she was like, no, she didn't say that. Did she hear everything? And so she was like, No, she didn't say that. I said, look, I'm not going to accuse you of anything now. I want to make a point, and I want you, to compare what you heard from my mother with what I hear from my mother. Invite your daughter, and to me, she's forbidden to come. So, of course, my husband asked me, can my sister come? I'm like, no, I don't want any trouble with my mother, And imagine if my husband would tell, no, you can't come. And we've been telling for the last 3 years that we've been here that she can't come. She probably thinks that we are the mean ones. And if my mother-in-law tells her, Cruella de Vil invited you over, you can come over. How do I look? I look the bad one when I'm only following the bitch's orders. It's the same with the olive oil. I'm not allowed to give them any because my mother-in-law said 3 years ago I cannot eat. Okay, sometimes the olive oil is what do you call it? Not sour, stiff in the taste. It's not always smooth. And that year it was a stiff production. And she said, no, I can't eat that because it's my stomach. It hurts my stomach. And my mother was very hurt from that. She doesn't like my olive oil, and she buys it from somewhere else, something like that. Anyway, so my mother has forbidden me to give them any olive oil, and I don't. And now she was like, my mother-in-law left with olive oil, but that's because my mother gave it to her. It's different. My mother doesn't want me to give, but she will give. She wants me to be the mean one, and her to be the nice one. But at the same time, the role that she's giving me to be the mean one is for what she really feels inside. But then she covers it because she wants her image to be nice, but she wants somebody to do her dirty job and her dirty work for her. And it took me many years to realize that. So anyway, and on the way, when they left, because I didn't have time to say much, I wanted to say about the olive oil too. She was like, in the car, she said to my husband, what your wife did is not very nice. She shouldn't, eavesdrops on people's conversation. It's not very nice of her. And so she left with that thing. And before she left, after everything I told her, and I showed her that I was upset with her, and I told her, I'm very upset with you because all this winter I was trying to protect you. I was telling your daughter not to answer the phone if they see my mother's phone number because she was in a bitchy mood, and I didn't want her to attack you because you have your sensitive stomach, and she's very sensitive. She gets stressed very easily, so she's always in the hospital for something, stomach pains or whatever, or eczema or some kind of allergy, body allergy, anyway, body rash. And I was telling her daughter, don't answer the phone because my mother is in a bitchy mood and she's gonna, complain to her too. But little did I know then that my mother only does this with me and certain people that contradict her. My mother-in-law is not a person that contradicts her. My mother-in-law goes and agrees with everything my mother says. But I didn't know that. So, yeah, she left like that, but for me it's finished. I said, that's it. I said to my husband, you have learned that this is a normal thing, a normal way of your mother reacting. All these years I've been telling you, it's not okay. It's not okay. I have another story where I described the way she made my cake disappear and she put all her food on the table, okay? And my sister-in-law came to tell me it, and tell me my mother did this, and we were laughing about it, and it's nearly how cute it is, the old lady who's very possessive and wants, no, we shouldn't have. And my sister-in-law that day should have told her, what are you doing there? We're in somebody else's house, you're not going to take that cake away and put your food there. What is this, behavior? But they don't, both of them, they don't. And my sister-in-law and my husband, they don't. They don't want to upset her. And she's been like that all her life. And she's like, I cannot say, I'm not a professional, and I don't know her 100%. and I cannot say that what she does is not out of goodness, but out of interest, which is a normal narcissist behavior. They can be nice, but out of interest. Whereas my mother-in-law, and I cannot say for sure that this is her, that it's out of interest. I know she's very nice to her daughter out of interest, because she knows that her daughter is going to take care of her, and she does her best all these years that this girl doesn't have a private life and this girl doesn't get married. I mean, it's very convenient for her that her daughter doesn't get married, because it's a daughter who's going to look after her. And this is kind of narc behavior, but I think she's got a little tendency of narcissistic tendencies. But I will put the phone recording I had with my mother when she talked about, because the next day something happened again with my mother, and I told her, you're so two-faced. It's unbelievable. I said, one day you say that, the next day you say that. I said, I was amazed at how easily you could have told my mother-in-law to bring over her daughter, when I know that you hate her so much, and you forbid me to have her over. And she was like, I never said that, are you crazy, I hate the girl, and blah blah. And she is so bitchy, so mean. But I will put both recordings, actually. I will put the recordings where she says, tell your daughter, and the recording where she says that. That will be good. I will stick it to the end of this. So, this is the part where they were talking. That was my mother-in-law. A phone call where she phones me up. We're not going to wait till winter, are we? She's just phoning me up to tell me everything that my mother-in-law said about her daughter, and thank God for that.
De vieilles personnes qui lui proposent du travail, elle refuse d'aller. Elle est paresseuse, ma fille, elle a dit. Ça, elle a dit. Et je l'ai dit à Daniela quand elle est venue ici. C'est la première fois que Martha a compris ce que c'était sa fille. C'est la première fois qu'elle l'a avoué, sinon moi j'aurais dit, mais t'es folle toi ou quoi?
Isn't that funny? This is so funny, because she says, she said it's the first time that she has admitted that her daughter is lazy. She said, because if she had said it like that to me, I would have said, are you crazy? You don't know what she means there, you know. So if the mother-in-law would have told her that her daughter is lazy, she would have said, are you crazy? I don't really get her point, but for sure she wants to seem nice, even to me. That she didn't say anything about the sister-in-law. It's her mother who said it. But she's happy that she admitted it.
Tu donnes encore en plus de ces allocations familiales d'handicapés, de quoi de paresseux, hein? Elle lui donne encore de l'argent tous les mois, elle dit. Mais merde, elle dit. Mais merde.
She's taking it very personally, the fact that my mother-in-law is still giving money to her daughter, you know. She's getting money from the government, she's getting this and that, and then she's still getting money. It's like she's jealous. I don't know. I mean, what do you give a shit? Is she giving your money away?
Chacun avec ses problèmes, hein? Ok?
Ouais. Mais je veux en revenir au fait que tu lui as dit d'amener sa fille.
Mais c'est pas vrai?
D'accord, ok, d'accord.
J'ai jamais dit ça. Pourquoi tu fais pas venir ta fille ici Comme j'ai dit l'autre jour, j'aime pas d'amis, et vous m'avez dit, toi et papa, pourquoi? Je dis, elle est tellement laide, celle-là, elle me fait peur. Mais je voulais dire, il y a plein elle fait peur aux gens, celle-là.
This is what's
Et si
changed
sa
me.
mère lui a donné l'appartement, même s'il l'a mis sur le nom de ton mari, c'est parce qu'elle s'est dit, cette pauvre fille, elle ne trouvera jamais un mari, moche comme elle est. Elle fait peur. Ah, Seigneur, soit. Et votre famille, c'est pas la mienne, grâce à Dieu. Ok?
It's your friend, not mine. And you wonder who she's talking about.